Buddy, 6 Speed Force here, and today I'm going to make a video about zoning, specifically how zoning takes skill. Now, I realize some people will probably already be disagreeing with me by now, or laughing at me, whatever, but hopefully I'll show you some things in this video that'll show you the other side of things, some of the goals or the mindset that a zoner has, why zoning is a particular playstyle that's just different from Rushdown, has its own advantages and disadvantages, just a different skill set I feel that a player needs to be a well-rounded player in a fighting game. You know, because there's just different archetypes. There's grapplers, there's Rushdown, there's zoning. So, but it seems that zoning always gets the negative emotions, especially from the casual player base. Okay, so the first point I'm going to be making is how Rushdown and zoning can sometimes have similar tactics or similar tech concepts, if you will. So I'll be making that point first using Johnny Cage. And Johnny Cage is a hybrid character, I would describe him as, because he has a projectile, one projectile. That's it's okay. It's fast, but it's a high. You can see a lot of Johnny Cage players using it to zone when they have the life lead. But Johnny Cage is a well-rounded character. He has a lot of great rushdown tools. He's got a lot of plus on block setups. He has great footsie tools. Great whiff punish character. Got a lot of good shimmy movement throws. His throws are fantastic. His throw setups are good. And I'll be showing 1-2-4 in this instance. 1-2-4 is +7 on block, which is a huge deal because if I hit forward 4 afterwards, if my opponent hits a button, they're pretty much going to be eating shit. They're going to get stuffed and it's going to lead to big damage. So, with that being said, the reward is great, and the tool that I'm using, you know, is just a simple frame trap. So now I'm going to be switching to Centurion and showing that side on it. Now I'm going to be talking about using a frame trap, but with Centurion. Same concept. Basically using a move that is plus on block and then using another move to establish the frame trap, using a move that jails, that's going to punish the opponent if they try to hit a button. The difference here is the positioning on screen. That's it. Same concept, basically the same idea, just a different place on the screen. But for some reason, people find that to be irritating, just simply changing the placement on screen. Using the same strategies, but for some reason, one is okay to use, and one isn't. I'll be showing that through the boulder toss with Centurion. Centurion is plus on block on her boulder toss. And from full screen, she has a full screen frame trap. Her ground pound. I'll be showing that right now. So I'm going to be trying to jump immediately, and I can't. I can't escape that. So basically, I'm getting punished just like I showed with Johnny Cage when I was punishing Centurion off of my 1-2-4. But the difference being full screen. Now, pay attention to this. When I was punishing somebody with Johnny Cage, I was getting a crap ton of damage when my opponent made a mistake of hitting a button. Now, when I make the mistake of trying to move or hit a button, I'm losing 7%, I believe. That was what was coming up in the corner. 74, so 7%, 7.5. So, the point I'm trying to make is, with Johnny, you make a mistake of hitting a button in a frame trap, you're losing half your health, at least a third of your health. So with Crushing Blow or, you know, Fatal Blow cancel, you know, 60% to 70. So basically Johnny Cage touches you 2 to 3 times and you're dead. Centurion, on the other hand, has to hit you a lot more. 7.5, so basically it's going to have to hit you 12, 13, 14 times, depending on what projectile she's hitting you with the ground pound and the rocks. So what that says is zoning is just a more patient, slower play style. Basically, a zoner has to play consistent throughout the match, making the right decisions of throwing projectiles and placing them in a fashion that's difficult for their opponent to make a read on. They're using similar tactics such as frame traps, like I just showed you there. They're going to be they pay attention to spacing and movement, just like you would if you were playing footsies with rushdown character versus rushdown character. So I guess that's something that people should be paying attention to, I feel, or is that they're similar. It's just frame data. Frame data is acting the same way from across the screen and up close. And the only difference is the risk and reward. There's little risk from across screen for a zoner to get attacked by a rushdown character, but the reward isn't that great either. And once a rushdown character gets in, the reward definitely goes way more in favor of the rushdown character, and because a rushdown character usually has better tools up close. A lot of casuals say that I use a zoning character, and that they could do just as well with this zoning character playing up close and rushdown style than they would be zoning, but that's just not the case. And one of those, I'm going to capitalize on that point actually with showing Scarlett gameplay here in a second. So we're going to go to Scarlett, and I've seen Scarlett players who quote-unquote don't like zoning say that she's just as good up close than any other rushdown character. This isn't the case, and I'm going to show you why. So now I have Scarlett on screen, and I'm just going to be showing how she's just not a viable rushdown character and just cannot be by design. One of the biggest reasons why is that pretty much every string she has a gap in it and can be flawless blocked. And not only can it be flawless blocked, they're pretty much the easiest strings in the game to flawless block, making her, in my opinion, the worst character to be a viable rushdown character. Everything about her design, she is always striving to keep her opponent out with her zoning. All of her moves lead to knockdown and pushing her opponent away to establish her zoning. And I'm going to be showing you how bad these strings are up close. First one being, let's do 1, 2, 4 into Blood Tongue. A lot of Scarlet players like to use this string. I'll show you. Again, super punishable. Let's go to forward 4-3. We'll even do forward 4-3 into Blood Tongue. See? Punishable. It's just bad. Let's do, there we go. Again, flawless blockable. What else does she have? That string. Oh, should have punched with up 3. Again, flawless blockable. And another one she has. Trying to think. What are her other? I'm not a Scarlet main. I always kind of forget all the strings she has. Oh yeah, that one. It's a good footsie tool. A lot of Scarlet players using this shit. Again, flawless blockable. And easy to flawless block. I'm consistently flawless blocking these. If if I'm not flawless blocking him, I'm just blocking him. I'm not getting punished for this shit, even trying to flawless block it. It's terrible. So, anytime Scarlett commits, up close, she's dead. She's dying every time, 100% of the time. There's just no way at high level to make Scarlett a rushdown character. It's impossible. As long as you can flawless block, which in my opinion isn't hard, especially against her, I mean, there's just no way to fight against her design. The developers made her to be a zoner. I mean, look at her moveset. I'm going to go back to Scarlett real quick. Her main combo enders, like Blood Tongue, knocks her opponent full screen on hard knockdown. That's not by accident. It's all by design. To establish another Blood Tongue, to throw a projectile. It's all in her design. Her throw. Push you full screen. All the way across screen. That throw sends you. It's not by accident. Same thing with her back throw. Everything that leads to is to keep her opponent out. Her Blood Tongue, her projectiles, it's all establishing zoning. And her footsie tools. I mean, her footsie tools capitalize on people making bad dashes, bad AAs, bad jump-ins so that she can AA them. That's what Scarlett does, what she capitalizes on. She tests your patience. That's what a zoner does, is testing your patience. And I think that's the point I'm trying to make here, is that characters have certain strengths. It's a different type of playstyle. And I don't know, hopefully this video reached out and maybe convinced some people to just be more open-minded and be more respectful for just people who just play a different playstyle. I, for one, I'm more of a whiff punish rushdown type of guy. Simply because, I'm going to be honest, I'm not very good at zoning. I obviously have a hard time even remember Scarlett's or Centurion's moves because I just never use them. Is because I lack the patience to be a zoner. And that is the truth of the matter. I could try to go into more detail about the subject, but, you know, I'm just kind of making this video off the fly, to be honest. And hopefully, kind of people get the point of view that I'm trying to make. If anybody wants to hear any more thoughts I have on the subject or any other, you know, concept in Mortal Kombat 11, I'll be glad to try to make another video. But other than that, thanks for watching. You guys have a good one.